Good morning to you. I'm at Nong Lake. This is a secret little place to some, tucked away behind the mountain of Saket Temple. It's not too far out of the city, only about half hour's drive, less than that if you get the right lights, and it's a beautiful place. I've come here triggered by a subscriber of mine who, and I subscribe to them. They came here to have a look around this last week, and also Duncan Riley, thank you very much for Chiang Mai News in English. This place will become very busy on the 31st at 7:30 when the sky lanterns will be released on that evening. Normally happens at this time of year at Loy Krathong, which is at the end of October, beginning of November. No sky lanterns are allowed in cities because of the air traffic, or because of the danger it causes when they do not ascend to the heights and go away and disappear and catch fire to buildings. And also, pressure from groups saying, there are reasons why you shouldn't allow a lighted candle to fall down upon crops at the end of the year which are quite dry, or upon animals in trees and losing habitat. So there are lots of reasons behind why people are against lanterns, but there are equally a lot of reasons why people like the lanterns. Organised sky lantern release is quite a picturesque event. It's very, very beautiful. It's memorable. And over in Meizhou, there have previously been events like this. Not sure as to whether one's happening there this year. In recent years, they've become paid events, and that's not been so popular. And this year, without the amount of tourists around, that certainly won't be a business attraction for the monks to operate. But here you will see thousands of people gathered with their lanterns and with their krathong that they release into water to wish away their bad luck and wish good luck for the forthcoming period. The lantern release is something that's hitting the news now, because in preparation for the next few weeks, when lanterns will want to be released, they've got a mind of their own. They just want to be released. People will want to release these lanterns into the air to actually start a celebration, to celebrate a party, to do a birthday, do a wedding, something that's worth celebrating, and they will release lanterns, especially at this time of the year. The release of lanterns is something that's quite an attractive event, and what we see typically is a couple of thousand people releasing lanterns all at once, and they go up into the sky, and it's beautiful against the dark sky, about all these lanterns all going the same direction with the wind. This year the government has said that if you release a lantern in a city, you could go to prison for 5 years, possibly face a fine of 200,000 baht. Serious stuff. So an alternative is to have something organised, and Nong, this lake here, which is a vast expanse of water out the back of Saket Temple, is an ideal opportunity for people to come and release lanterns and see the spectacle and enjoy it. Well, it's happening this year, 31st of October, and at 7:30 people are invited to come here and participate in the mass release of lanterns. It will be a fantastic affair. Today people are starting the preparations for putting things in place, getting things tidied up. Planting some flowers over there, doing all sorts of things to pretty it up, to make it feel a little bit more attractive and Nalak. Well, Loy Krathong, which is the actual festival as we know it, Yii Peng, as some people refer to it, is where you launch your little float into water. Maybe you have a wish that you want to make about wishing away the bad and wishing for the good, and you pass your hopefully recyclable little float off into the water with your wishes and maybe a little candle glowing on the top, maybe some money, and send it off into water. Many people do it in rivers, and it'll be interesting this year to check on the weir the amount of krathong that come down the river from the city. That's one in my diary to check. But it's also done in lakes, whereby you can see behind me people are making steps to come down to the water, so you can safely launch your krathong into the water and wish away the bad and welcome in the new. Welcome the good luck. Well worth a visit. Put it in your diary. 7:30, 31st of October. It'll be an event. Well, I'm just coming around the lake, and there's a little bit of a cottage industry going on here. Here you can see grasses being dried, and these grasses are bundled together for a reason I hope I'm just about to find out. Each of those across there then become woven to become a roof tile slat, part of a roof. So instead of tin, you could layer these to make a shack roof. Very good. One la tam gi pan cup.
ประมาณ10 แผ่น
10 pan. Well, every day Kun he's 86. He makes around about 10 of these slides, these what do you call them? Roof slats. Pan is a way of referring to something that's flat. So he's making 10 a day. It's like a plastic. It's man-made. Oops, just broken a bit of that. Oh dear. Hang on a minute. Noodle. Kep nai plastic, Jimmy. Kep sai tung plastic, Jimmy. It was a bit like getting blood out of a stone out of that guy. My Thai isn't that good that I could make myself understood. Talking about him making guai teo. This is the dry noodle, and this is bami, and in the restaurant you would order a bami heng. No, that's the dish. Do you know how to order guai teo? There are certain components of a guai teo dish that you need to understand. There's the actual noodle, so therefore bami in this case. Heng is dry, or nam is wet. So you tell the person who's taking your order bami heng, and therefore you don't get any soup. And do you want a fish, or do you want a pork, mu, or something else that they're selling at that shop as a protein? And do you want vegetable? And when you order your guai teo, you've got to give all the constituent parts, otherwise they keep looking at you and asking you questions and thoroughly confusing you, because all you want is a noodle. So this is bami. I've come to 8 o'clock coffee. It's time for 8 o'clock to begin. Nice little coffee shop out in the outback of Saket. I asked the guy making the coffee after 10 minutes of waiting as to whether there was a problem. Mi pan ha mai? Yak chame? Tam yak chame? He said he doesn't often make espresso, and I think he'd thrown a couple away because he'd messed them up. Eventually he's made me a decent cup of coffee. Very, very nice. 45 baht. Great welcome when you come through the door. Very pleasant people. Nalak factor that you get here is that you've got this balcony out overlooking rice fields. You're raised above some lovely trees and birds in the background. The occasional car that goes by, it's got some nice tinkling of the music in the background. Yeah, the ambience that you could get here is, you could relax. It's a 5. And the ambience I'm getting right now, around about a 4 actually. It's not perfect, but I feel very, very happy here. It's nice. I hope you've enjoyed this trip out to Saket and Nong Lake. It's going to be an exciting time in a couple of weeks with all the balloons going off, the lanterns going off into the sky on the 31st. Mark it in your diary if you're in Chiang Mai, and if not, I'll show you a video of that period of time on this channel. Leave me a thumbs up please, and a comment as well, and let me know what you thought about today's video. Have you been to a balloon release when you were in Thailand? Do you enjoy going to that sort of event to see all the dramatic release, the holding back until all of the smoke is in the balloon and in the it's a balloon, and then just let it go. It's wonderful. As the lanterns go off into the sky, it's gorgeous to see the flames inside, but I share people's concerns about the dangers that should the lantern crash to the ground and what it could burn. I share that. I understand that. Consider subscribing and check back on a regular basis. This is day 8 of October. Till next time, stay well, stay safe, stay happy. Bye bye.